Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Barton, and welcome to LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and a number of other social media outlets that we bring this show to. The Mortgage Minute, and I'm Jeff Barton. Let's get right to it. Mortgage interest rates today: 3.19 for the 30-year fixed, 2.56 for the 15, 2.84 for FHA loans, 3.12 for jumbos, 2.87 for the 5/1 ARM. The 10-year Treasury trading at 1.65, kind of a breakthrough for that. We haven't seen these particular highs in about 4 or 5 months. We should see a continuing upward trend that I've been reading anyway in this bond, which also portends for higher mortgage interest rates. If you're out there and you're looking to buy or purchase something, I would lock as soon as possible. I don't see or foresee any reason why the numbers will come down in terms of the mortgage market, although they're still pretty cool, right? It's 3.19 for the 30-year. I mean, it's off probably a half point from its low, but it's still pretty strong. So if you're a strong borrower, 20% down on a purchase, that'd be the way to go. We've seen refis take really a dip from their high levels a few months ago. We are down about 22% from last year, and let me see. This is the fourth week in a row that mortgage applications are also down. So as a result, we're going to see some competition out there in the marketplace for your loan. That's a good thing. It may hold rates to a lower level than possibly other lenders. So shop around, make sure that you're looking for the right lender, and make sure you get the right program. Leadership at the Fed, Jerome Powell, he may be out. We don't have a lot of support for him currently, although a couple of Fed governors have resigned. We're not quite sure what's happening over there at the Fed. A lot of people blame the Fed and the Biden administration for the inflation that's happening. I'm not quite sure any politician could control what's happened after COVID, but it is what it is. So what's happening at the Fed will definitely affect what's happening in your pocketbook. Stuff on ships. Yes, LA Harbor, 200,000 containers are in the harbor just waiting to be unloaded. There's a problem, obviously, with dock workers, with trucks. It's a mess, and there's no solution short term other than, grin and bear it. Also, I talked about on the radio show yesterday, that radio show you can see on YouTube. You can go to Jeff Barton, the Mortgage Voice. We're on a bunch of different radio stations all over the country, but certainly radio on YouTube, you can see me. We talked about how the country was hooked on cheap stuff many, many years ago when Walmart first started to grow into the behemoth that they are, and then obviously the handoff over to Amazon, even though they both compete very favorably. Hooked on cheap stuff is what China does, which is why all the products are sitting on container ship. It's not so much that there's a shortage, but that Americans' pent-up demand for stuff, especially buying from home, has exceeded what anybody thought it might be. So therefore, everything in the sun is out there on the ships that have been bought from cheap stuff maker China. Will that continue? We're not quite sure. China's in its own economic issues, as you probably have read as well. Why work? Okay, the quit rate for what's happening in the workforce is at an all-time high. Not just boomers, not just people my age looking to get out and not work anymore, but all kinds of people within the workforce. Why is that? Because they're looking for something better. COVID gave people a lot of time on their hands to be able to contemplate what they're doing and why they're doing it. Working for a paycheck and paycheck to paycheck is not the way a lot of people want to live. So finding out what you want to do and then investing time and energy in finding companies that will pay you, that's really what's going on in a lot of respects. It has not been the $300 from the federal government on expanded unemployment. It has not been the checks that were sent out during the Trump and Biden administrations. No, it's a bigger issue. Child care is also in there as well. Let's see. Low to first-time home buyers, key to more purchase loans. Yes, mortgage purchase loans will lead the way for the mortgage industry. We're going to see a contraction of at least $1 trillion next year, and that particular number will translate into mergers and acquisitions as well as people going out of the business. So purchases, if you are out there buying, make sure that you shop because the best rate is available out there, but you got to look for it. Anyway, I'm Jeff Barton. Thank you very much for listening to the program. This has been the Mortgage Minute.